if you find yourself with a camera in your hand and you want to learn how to use it, please subscribe to this channel, like the videos, comment down below what you would like to learn more about. Hi Photos subscribers. Today we're talking about a mathematical, scientific, highbrow subject of Einstein's photoelectric theory. Photoelectric effect. My editor told me that by mentioning it, it's something that was kind of left as a string that was not tied off. And so I'm going to do as quick a little video as I can about it and leave you a link from Britannica as part of where I found some of the information on it. But real quick, the idea of the photoelectric effect is the form that light takes. Is it a light wave or it is a light ray? And when light, as Einstein formulated in his hypothesis, because he was working from somebody else's hypothesis on the photoelectric effect. As we mentioned in the previous video, it wasn't his original idea of light effect on a surface, specifically a metal surface. But the previous hypothesis had been that light was a wave and that the light wave hitting the metal surface would receive part of it, and that the remaining part of the light frequency wave, I guess, would be bounced off of the metal surface. Einstein took it in a different way because he hypothesized that light was not a frequency, but that light was a photon, in essence, a package of information that emitted light. And because of that detail change from a frequency wave to a package of information that emits light, then the electronic charge within the light photon was either received by the metal surface or not at all. With that detail change, then the theory also changes. Well, let me back up. Not the theory. The hypothesis changes. So the metal either fully receives the light or it doesn't receive it at all. When the metal surface does receive the light, the hypothesis of Einstein's alteration of how light is viewed is then going to create a response from the metal surface. The response then is a kinetic response, emitting the light ray hitting the metal surface, then creates a kinetic energy, and from that kinetic energy, an electron, as Einstein hypothesized, was released from the metal. And I really want to get into a lot of other details, what's going on in my mind, but basically the energy impact is going to create the kinetic response that we've already talked about. So it's going to emit, because of the order of the way that the world was made, is going to be emitted in a like manner. So that's probably why the hypothesis was that the light ray was partially received in the metal and the excess was refused and bouncing off. Whereas Einstein believed if the metal surface like this is flat, the light ray hits it at this angle, Einstein believed and hypothesized that the metal fully received that light photon. So it fully received it, but now the electron that has been loosened and is now emitted through the creation of the kinetic energy is bounced up in a direction like this to make it look like the light ray bounces off. So as best as I can create a synopsis of the hypothesis, big words, just a brief little idea to try my best to explain it very quickly. The photoelectric effect is the title of the hypothesis, and what Einstein was recognized in 1921 of finding information on and about, that that changes how a lot of things are innovated and how technology moves on, because they now better understand how light is received by surfaces, uh, in this case specifically by metal, and it informs photography intriguingly, because before film was readily used, um, a selenoid or Celanese type of material, there were glass panes that were coated with chemical, and some of the chemical would burn faster in areas than others because of the intensity of the light. And then that image that was burned onto the glass pane was transferred onto a type of metal. Some of them were silver, some of them were nickel, just lots of different types. But one of the types that you might be able to search and find more information on quickly is a man named Daguerre, I believe. And so we know that type of image, or excuse me, Daguerre, perhaps, Daguerre. Uh, he basically found a way to transfer the image from the glass pane onto a metal print of effect. And so now we know those type of images as daguerreotypes. And then he would finish, or at least later on, the process was finished off with glazing the metal over so that the print would not fade. So anyway, have some fun searching out what daguerreotypes are. I don't know that this really extended from, but it certainly, the photoelectric effect does take place within the formation of the daguerreotypes, and it may or may not have had any part of the process in anybody's innovation from daguerreotype to film, from film to digital. But my point here in pointing this out is that effect that Einstein hypothesized and improvised on from the other scientists' hypothesis of the photoelectric effect plays a part in photography. And this is the scientific side, and how intriguing, how deep the science of our art can go. Thank you so much for watching. If this content has added value and caused you to be more intrigued with photography and want to dig down deeper into it and learn more about it, we are so glad. And please let us know what interested you in the comments down below. If you're not yet a subscriber, we would love to have your subscription. Not all of this content is as deep on this channel. I'm very nerdy, as you have found out, but we enjoy sharing things that we believe help us in the Photos world, in our company, to improve our skill set, and we believe it'll help improve yours. Whether we're all that nerdy or not, that's each individual personality differences, right? So we hope that you've enjoyed this content, and we look forward to sharing so much more with you, and hopefully a lot more of it immediately practical. So thank you so much for watching. God bless.